The year is 1410. Rome is a ghost of its former glory, a city of ruins and whispers. But within the hallowed, often treacherous halls of the Vatican, a different kind of power is being forged, not of armies, but of gold. Here, in the heart of Christendom, a Florentine banker named Giovanni de' Medici stands before a man who is both a holy father and a hunted fugitive. Anti-Pope John XXIII. The Pope needs money, vast sums of it, to secure his fragile claim to the papal throne. Giovanni needs something far more valuable: legitimacy. This meeting is not a simple transaction. It is a gamble for the soul of an era. The air is thick with the scent of old parchment and cold ambition. For a single, audacious moment, the destiny of Florence and the future of the papacy hangs suspended, balanced on the edge of a ledger. This is the story of how a single contract, a masterstroke of financial genius, would elevate a family of merchants into the godfathers of the Renaissance. The world Giovanni inhabited was one of constant, brutal flux. The papacy itself was fractured, a spectacle known as the Western Schism, with three rival popes simultaneously claiming to be the one true successor to St. Peter. Allegiances were as fluid as mercury, and loyalty was a commodity bought and sold. John XXIII, whose real name was Baldassare Cossa, was a former pirate and a ruthless political operator who had clawed his way to one of the three papal thrones. He was a pope in name, but a warlord at heart, desperate for the funds to outmaneuver his rivals and solidify his power. Across Italy, banking families vied for influence, but the papal accounts were the ultimate prize. To be the Pope's banker was to have access to a river of gold that flowed from every corner of Catholic Europe. It meant prestige, power, and a level of influence that could make or break kingdoms. For Giovanni de' Medici, a man of quiet demeanor but ferocious ambition, this was the moment to strike. He had spent years building his family's bank, establishing branches across Europe, and earning a reputation for reliability. But he was still an outsider compared to the established banking dynasties of Florence. Winning the papal account wasn't just about profit. It was about ascending to a new plane of existence. The complication was the sheer, terrifying risk. Backing the wrong pope was a death sentence for a bank. If John XXIII were to be deposed, his debts would vanish with him, and his bankers would be ruined, their assets seized by the victorious faction. Other, more established banks had shied away, deeming Cossa too volatile, his position too precarious. They saw a liability. Giovanni saw an opportunity born of desperation. He understood that a desperate man is a pliable one. He proposed a deal of unprecedented scale. He wouldn't just manage the papal finances, he would become the linchpin of the entire papal operation. The Medici Bank would collect tithes, sell indulgences, and manage the vast cash flows of the church. It was a partnership, a fusion of spiritual authority and financial muscle. John XXIII, cornered and with few other options, agreed. He had his war chest. Giovanni had the keys to the kingdom. The pact was sealed. Giovanni knew this was more than a loan. It was an investment in a king, a move that would either crown his family or condemn it to obscurity. The true genius of the Medici plan wasn't just in securing the account, but in how they structured it. This is where the deep dive into their financial brilliance begins. Giovanni de' Medici revolutionized banking with a system that insulated his family from the very chaos they were financing. He established a decentralized network of branch offices, each operating as a separate partnership. The main Medici bank in Florence held a controlling stake in each, but the local partners also invested their own capital. This meant that if a branch in, say, Rome went under, due to a political upheaval, like their papal client being overthrown, it wouldn't drag the entire Medici enterprise down with it. It was a system of financial firewalls, centuries ahead of its time. Furthermore, the Medici Bank became the master of currency exchange. In an era with hundreds of different local coins, converting money was a complex and lucrative business. By controlling the papal finances, which flowed in from all over Europe in various currencies, the Medici could set the exchange rates, taking a small but significant cut from every single transaction. It was a license to print money, hidden in plain sight. They weren't just lenders, they were the central nervous system of the church's economic body, feeling every pulse and directing every flow of capital to their advantage. Then came the inevitable shock, the moment of betrayal that tested the foundation of Giovanni's empire. In 1414, the Council of Constance was convened to end the Western Schism. Its goal was to unify the church, which meant deposing all three rival popes, including the Medici's client, John III. As the council deliberated, John realized his time was up. In a desperate move, he fled the council in disguise, hoping to rally support. He failed. He was captured, put on trial for a litany of crimes, and formally deposed. For any other bank, this would have been the end. Their primary client was now a prisoner, his authority gone, his debts void. The river of gold had been dammed. Panic should have set in. The Medici's rivals watched, expecting the Florentine upstarts to collapse. But this is where Giovanni's foresight paid its ultimate dividend. The Medici Bank did not fail. Its decentralized structure absorbed the shock. While the Rome branch suffered, the network held. Giovanni had not bet on the man, Baldassare Cosa. He had bet on the institution, the papacy itself. The resolution was a masterclass in quiet, relentless diplomacy. While his rivals celebrated his apparent demise, Giovanni de' Medici and his son Cosimo went to work. They didn't panic or cut their losses. Instead, they did something extraordinary. They used their own funds to pay the massive ransom for the release of the now deposed and imprisoned Baldassare Cosa. It was a stunning act of loyalty to a fallen man, an act that seemed like financial suicide. But Giovanni was playing a longer game. He brought the humbled Cosa to Florence, giving him refuge and treating him with dignity until his death. This calculated act of mercy sent a powerful message throughout the corridors of power in Rome and across Europe. The Medici were reliable. They stood by their partners, even in defeat. When the new, unified Pope, Martin V, looked for a banker he could trust, who else could he turn to? The family that had shown unwavering loyalty, the family that had proven its stability under unimaginable pressure. The Medici were not only reinstated as papal bankers, their position was now stronger and more secure than ever. They had turned a catastrophic loss into their greatest triumph. The contract with a pirate pope had worked. It launched the Medici into the stratosphere, giving them the wealth to become the de facto rulers of Florence. Their money funded the art of Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci, the architecture of Brunelleschi, and the philosophy of the Renaissance. They had financed salvation and, in doing so, had purchased a dynasty. But a lingering question remains, casting a long shadow over their glittering legacy. In binding their fate to the temporal power of the church, in monetizing faith and trading in the currency of sin and salvation, what was the ultimate cost? The Medici created unparalleled beauty, but their power was born from a cynical bargain in a world of corruption. It leaves us to wonder, can a structure built on a compromised foundation truly stand the test of time? Or does the ghost of that first desperate pact haunt the marbled halls of history forever? Thank you for joining us on this journey into the high-stakes world of Renaissance finance. If you found this story of ambition and intrigue as fascinating as we did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into history's most pivotal moments, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below.